Maybe this Christmas wasn't what you hoped for. Maybe you sat at that table, surrounded by people, and still felt alone. Maybe you smiled, said you were fine, but inside, your heart was heavy. Maybe you watched everyone celebrate while you carried a weight no one could see. And now, looking back, you wonder why the peace everyone talks about at Christmas never came to you. I want to tell you something today. Something that might bring comfort to your soul. That peace you didn't feel, that joy that seemed to skip over your door, that warmth that didn't reach your heart. God saw it all. He saw you. He saw your tears when no one else did. He heard the prayers you whispered in the silence of your room. And He knows exactly why that peace didn't come yet. Sometimes we expect Christmas to heal everything. We think that just because it's December, just because there are lights and songs and family gatherings, our pain should disappear. We believe that Christmas magic will somehow erase the loss, the loneliness, the hurt we've been carrying all year long. But life doesn't work that way. Pain doesn't follow a calendar. Grief doesn't take holidays. And your heart, the one that's been broken, the one that's been disappointed, the one that's been waiting for relief, it needs more than a date on the calendar to heal. You're not wrong for feeling empty. You're not weak because you didn't feel the joy. You're not faithless because the peace didn't arrive when you wanted it to. You're human. You're hurting. And God understands that more than anyone ever could. Maybe you lost someone this year. Maybe that chair at the table was empty, and every laugh around you reminded you of who wasn't there anymore. Maybe you're going through something so hard that even getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain. Maybe your family is broken, your heart is shattered, your faith is shaking. And Christmas came and went, and you felt nothing. Or worse, you felt more alone than ever. Listen to me carefully. That doesn't mean God abandoned you. That doesn't mean your prayers went unheard. That doesn't mean you're forgotten. Sometimes, God's peace doesn't come wrapped in the moment we expect. Sometimes, it comes later. Quieter. Deeper. In a way we never imagined. The world tells us Christmas is about happiness, about perfect moments, about everything falling into place. But the real Christmas, the one that matters, the one that God gave us, it was born in a stable. In the cold. In the dark. In a place where no one expected a king to arrive. Jesus didn't come into comfort. He came into struggle. He came into a world that wasn't ready for him. He came to people who were tired, broken, waiting for hope. And He came for you too. Right where you are. In your pain. In your emptiness. In your disappointment. You didn't feel the peace of Christmas because maybe, just maybe, God is preparing something different for you. Something deeper than a feeling. Something stronger than a moment. He's preparing a peace that doesn't depend on circumstances. A peace that stays even when everything around you falls apart. A peace that holds you when nothing else can. Right now you might be asking God why. Why did this happen to me? Why couldn't I have just one good Christmas? Why does everyone else seem fine while I'm barely holding on? And those are real questions. Valid questions. Questions that deserve answers. But here's what I've learned. Sometimes God doesn't answer our why right away. Sometimes He answers with His presence instead. He doesn't explain everything. He just stays. He sits with us in the mess. He holds us in the hurt. And slowly, when we're ready, He begins to pour His peace into the cracks of our broken hearts. That peace you're looking for, it's coming. Not because you did everything right. Not because you earned it. Not because Christmas is over and now it's time for things to get better. No. It's coming because God loves you. Because He sees you. Because He never left you, even when you felt alone. If this message is touching your heart right now, if you're feeling like someone finally understands what you've been going through, do me a favor. Subscribe to this channel and leave a like. Not for me, but so this message can reach others who are hurting just like you. So they can know they're not alone. So they can hear that God hasn't forgotten them either. You might not have felt the peace of Christmas when everyone else did. But that doesn't mean your time isn't coming. God's timing is different. His peace is different. And when it arrives, when it finally settles into your soul, you'll understand why it had to come this way. You'll see that the wait wasn't punishment. It was preparation. God was making room in your heart for something real. Something lasting. Something that no circumstance can ever take away from you. So don't give up. Don't think you missed your chance. Don't believe the lie that peace isn't for you. It is. God has it ready. And He's about to give it to you in a way you never expected. In a way that will heal not just this moment, but everything that led you here. The peace is coming. Hold on. Keep believing. Keep breathing. Because God is working, even when you can't feel it yet. And soon, very soon, you'll look back and see that He was there all along, carrying you through, preparing your heart for the peace that was always meant to be yours. You know what's hard? Waiting. Especially when you're hurting. Especially when you're praying every single day, asking God for peace, for relief, for just one sign that things will get better. And the silence feels so heavy, so long, so unbearable. You start wondering if He's listening at all. You start questioning if your prayers even matter. You look around and see other people getting their answers, their blessings, their breakthroughs. And you're still here. Still waiting. Still hurting. Let me tell you something that might change how you see this moment. God's silence doesn't mean He's ignoring you. His delay doesn't mean He doesn't care. Sometimes, the very thing we're desperate for is the thing God is carefully preparing. And He won't give it to us too soon. Because if He did, we wouldn't be ready to hold it. We wouldn't be ready to appreciate it. We wouldn't understand how precious it truly is. Think about it. When something comes easy, we don't value it the same way. When we get what we want right away, we don't treasure it like we should. But when we've waited, when we've cried, when we've struggled, when we've begged God for it night after night, and then it finally arrives, oh, then we know. Then we hold it with both hands. Then we protect it. Then we thank God with everything in us because we know what it cost to get there. That's what God is doing with your peace. He's not withholding it to punish you. He's protecting it. He's making sure that when it comes, you'll recognize it. You'll receive it. You'll let it sink so deep into your soul that nothing and no one can steal it away. Maybe you've been through so much that your heart has walls now. Walls you built to protect yourself. Walls that keep the pain out, but also keep the peace from getting in. God sees those walls. And He's gentle. He won't force His way in. He won't break you down. He'll wait. He'll knock. He'll whisper. And slowly, when you're ready, when you can trust again, He'll help you take those walls down, brick by brick, until His peace can finally reach the deepest parts of you. I know you're tired. I know you've been strong for so long. I know you've smiled when you wanted to cry. I know you've said you're okay when you were falling apart inside. And I know that this Christmas, you hoped things would be different. You hoped the heaviness would lift. You hoped you'd finally feel like yourself again. But it didn't happen. And now you're here, wondering what's wrong with you, wondering why everyone else gets to feel joy while you're stuck in this darkness. Nothing is wrong with you. You're not broken beyond repair. You're not too far gone. You're not unworthy of peace. You're in a season. A hard season. A season where God is doing something inside you that you can't see yet. He's healing things you didn't even know were wounded. He's removing things that don't belong in your life anymore. He's preparing you for a version of yourself that's stronger, wiser, more rooted in faith than you've ever been. And yes, it hurts. Yes, it's lonely. Yes, it feels like it's taking forever. But God doesn't waste your pain. He doesn't waste your tears. He doesn't waste your waiting. Every single moment you've spent crying out to Him, He's been collecting those prayers. He's been watching over you. He's been working things out behind the scenes in ways you can't even imagine. You didn't feel the peace at Christmas because Christmas was just a day. But God's peace isn't tied to a day. It's not tied to a season. It's not tied to circumstances. God's peace is eternal. It's unshakable. And when He gives it to you, it won't matter what's happening around you. You'll have it in the storm. You'll have it in the waiting. You'll have it even when life doesn't make sense. That's the peace God is preparing for you. Not the kind that comes and goes depending on how you feel. Not the kind that disappears when things get hard again. But the kind that stays. The kind that anchors your soul. The kind that reminds you, no matter what, that God is with you and He will never let you go. So stop blaming yourself. Stop thinking you did something wrong. Stop believing that you're not enough. You are enough. You've always been enough. And God hasn't forgotten about you. He's right there, closer than you think, holding you up when you feel like you're about to fall. If this is speaking to your heart, if you feel like God is using these words to reach you today, I want to ask you to do something. Subscribe to this channel and leave a like. Help us share this message with others who need to hear it. Because somewhere out there, someone is feeling exactly what you're feeling. And they need to know they're not alone. They need to know that God hasn't given up on them. Just like He hasn't given up on you. The peace is coming. I promise you. Not because I said so, but because God said so. He promised He would never leave you. He promised He would carry you through. He promised that weeping may last for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And your morning is coming. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be next week. But it's coming. And when it does, you'll understand. You'll see why you had to go through this. You'll see how God used every tear, every prayer, every sleepless night to build something beautiful inside you. Don't give up now. You've come too far. You've survived too much. You've held on through too many dark nights to let go right before the dawn. God is about to break through. He's about to pour His peace into your life in a way that will leave you speechless. In a way that will make you fall to your knees and thank Him for never giving up on you. Hold on. Keep praying. Keep believing. Because the God who sees you, the God who knows your name, the God who counts every tear you've cried, He's about to show you that your waiting wasn't in vain. Your pain had a purpose. And your peace is already on its way. There's a moment that's coming in your life. A moment you can't plan for. A moment you can't force. A moment that only God can create. It's the moment when everything shifts. When the weight you've been carrying suddenly feels lighter. When the darkness you've been walking through starts to fade. When the peace you've been praying for finally arrives. And here's what I want you to understand. When that peace comes, it won't come the way you expected. It won't announce itself with trumpets. It won't arrive with fireworks. It will come quietly, softly, like a whisper in your soul, like a warm hand on your shoulder, like a deep breath you didn't know you were holding. And suddenly, you'll realize, you're okay. You're going to be okay. God kept His promise. You won't even know how it happened. One day you'll wake up and notice that the pain doesn't hurt as much anymore. The memories don't sting the same way. The emptiness doesn't feel so heavy. You'll catch yourself smiling at something small. You'll feel gratitude rising in your heart for things you used to take for granted. You'll look back at where you were and realize how far God has brought you. And you'll know that He never left. He was there all along, carrying you through, even when you couldn't feel His presence. That's how God's peace works. It doesn't come crashing in to fix everything at once. It comes gently, healing you layer by layer, moment by moment, until one day you realize you're not the same person you were when the pain began. You're stronger. You're wiser. You're more grateful. You're more faithful. You've learned things about God, about yourself, about life that you never could have learned any other way. And you'll understand then why it had to take so long. Why the peace couldn't come during Christmas. Why you had to wait. Why you had to walk through the valley. Because if God had given you peace back then, you would have settled for a temporary feeling. But now, after everything you've been through, you're ready for something permanent. Something real. Something that can't be shaken. Maybe right now you're thinking, but I'm still waiting. I still don't feel it. How much longer do I have to hold on? And I hear you. I know the waiting is hard. I know you're exhausted. But let me tell you what's happening right now, even as you listen to these words. God is working. He's moving. He's arranging things. He's closing doors that need to be closed. He's opening doors you didn't even know existed. He's removing people who were holding you back. He's bringing people who will lift you up. He's healing wounds you forgot you had. He's answering prayers you prayed years ago. You can't see it yet. But it's happening. Right now. In this very moment. God is setting the stage for your breakthrough. He's preparing your peace. And when it arrives, when you finally feel it settling into your heart, you're going to look back at this time and thank Him. You're going to thank Him for not giving it to you too soon. You're going to thank Him for making you wait. Because you'll see that the wait made you ready. The struggle made you strong. The pain made you appreciate the peace in a way you never would have otherwise. I want you to do something right now. Close your eyes for just a moment. Take a deep breath. And tell God, I trust you. I don't understand everything. I don't know why things happened the way they did. But I trust you. I trust that you're working. I trust that my peace is coming. I trust that you haven't forgotten about me. Say it out loud if you need to. Let those words fill the room. Let them fill your heart. Because faith isn't about having all the answers. Faith is about trusting God even when you don't. And God hears you. He hears every word. He feels every emotion. He knows every fear. And He's saying back to you, my child, I've got you. I've always had you. And I'm about to show you just how much I love you. Just how faithful I am. Just how real my promises are. Hold on a little longer. Your peace is closer than you think. Before we finish, I want to ask you one more time. If this message touched you, if you feel like God spoke directly to your heart today, please subscribe to this channel and leave a like. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Because your story isn't over. Your pain has a purpose. And your testimony is going to help someone else hold on when they feel like giving up. You didn't feel the peace that Christmas brought. But God is going to give you a peace that goes beyond any Christmas, beyond any season, beyond any circumstance. A peace that stays with you forever. A peace that reminds you every single day that you are loved, you are seen, you are held by the God who never lets go. So lift your head. Wipe your tears. Take a breath. And know this, your waiting is almost over. Your peace is on its way. And when it arrives, it's going to be more beautiful, more powerful, more life-changing than anything you could have ever imagined. God hasn't forgotten you. He's been with you every step of the way. And He's about to show you that every tear, every prayer, every moment of pain, it was all leading to this. To your breakthrough. To your healing. To your peace. Believe it. Receive it. And get ready. Because God is about to do something amazing in your life. Something that will make you look back and say, it was worth it. Every bit of the wait was worth it. The peace that Christmas brings? You're about to feel it. Not because of a holiday. Not because of a date. But because God decided it's your time. Your season. Your moment. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what God has already set in motion for you. Amen.